deep in the untamed wilderness, where every step could spark a life or death encounter. A brutal hunt is about to unfold. There's no room for hesitation, no margin for error. This time, the enemy isn't timid prey, but wild boars, fierce, relentless, and ready to charge. Armed with sharp instincts and steely nerves, the hunters enter a game where nothing is certain. This isn't just a hunt. It's a battle of endurance, instinct, and raw survival against the wild. In the heart of the American Midwest, as the sun rises high over the Oklahoma fields, the landscape unfolds in serene beauty, corn rustling in the wind, soybeans stretching far into the distance, and golden wheat shimmering under the sun. But this tranquility is only on the surface. Hidden beneath that prosperous golden hue is a growing nightmare. Hordes of massive, ferocious, intelligent, and destructive wild boars. They appear suddenly, rampaging like a plague, crushing everything in their path. Over 200 hectares of crops turn into barren land in just a few days. Losses pile up one after another, and soon the people have no choice. They must call upon professional hunters for help. Wild boars in the United States, especially in Oklahoma and Texas, are not just invasive species, but a genuine ecological threat. They reproduce at an alarming rate, capable of doubling their numbers in just a year. They eat everything: roots, insects, even fledgling birds or turtle eggs. Worse still, wild boars can carry diseases, posing serious risks to livestock and local ecosystems. Eradicating them is not a pastime. It's a necessary mission to protect farmland, forests, and communities. That's why as the sun rises over the horizon, the hunting team begins their work. The hunt begins at dawn, when dew still clings to the leaves and the sun has only just begun to warm the ground. The hunting team splits into 3 groups, each equipped with rifles, binoculars, GPS devices, and special corn barrels laced with scents to lure wild boars from afar. They set up 2 bait stations at spots where surveillance cameras have shown boars frequently appear in the mornings. No unnecessary words, just knowing glances. The team moves into position, ready for a fierce ambush. As soon as the hunting team arrived, they were met with a breathtaking sight. A herd of 50 to 70 wild boars was silently making its way down the opposite hillside. Without hesitation, they signaled the entire team. The chase was on. With unwavering determination, they moved swiftly to encircle the herd, vowing not to let a single one escape their grasp. As they moved in closer, a single gunshot rang out. One of the hunters had taken the shot, dropping a wild boar instantly. The crack of the rifle shattered the silence, sending the entire herd into a frenzy. Grunts and squeals echoed through the trees as the boars scattered in all directions. Seizing the moment, the hunting team split up, launching into a high-stakes pursuit through the rugged terrain. After several intense minutes of chasing through the dense wilderness, one of the hunters spotted a small group of wild boars desperately trying to hide in the underbrush. Without wasting a second, he took aim and pulled the trigger. A clean shot that brought down the largest boar in the group. The thunder of the rifle echoed through the forest, signaling another decisive moment in the hunt. Moments later, another hunter raised his rifle, locking his sights on a wild boar desperately trying to escape the tightening perimeter. The shot cracked through the air, swift and unforgiving. The boar dropped instantly, its heavy body tumbling down the hillside, leaving a trail of dust and blood behind. After the intense chase and precise shots, the hunting team regrouped at a clearing deep in the forest. Sweat still clung to their backs as they unfolded the map, reviewing the herd's last known movements and planning their next steps. Without hesitation, they split up once more, fanning out across the rugged terrain, tightening the net in the heart of the wilderness. As the hunters moved cautiously through the forest, a sudden rustle shattered the silence. Out of the dense brush, a wild boar burst forth at full speed. The wounded boar made a final dash toward the opposite hillside, kicking up a trail of dust as it fled. One hunter remained still, calm and focused. He steadied his breath, eyes locked on the target. In a single perfect moment, he pulled the trigger, one clean shot, and the boar collapsed on the slope, its escape brought to an end. Just as the hunt seemed over, a deep growl echoed from the forest's edge. A massive wild boar, scarred and tusked like a beast, stepped out of the shadows. It didn't run, it charged. One hunter was knocked down, his rifle sent flying. Instantly, the others opened fire. The showdown with the alpha had begun. Elsewhere, a hunter stood ready, waiting in position after receiving a signal from his team. In the distance, a wild boar was making a desperate escape attempt. He raised his rifle, steadied his aim, and pulled the trigger. The shot landed true. The boar dropped and tumbled nearly 100 meters down the slope, leaving a dark red trail in its wake. In another direction, a hunter spotted a wild boar hiding in the brush. Just as it was about to turn and flee, he raised his rifle, took quick aim, and fired. The shot was clean. The boar dropped instantly. The pack of hunting dogs pressed on, tracking the boar's scent with sharp precision. Minutes later, they flushed it out. The wild boar broke from hiding and bolted down the hillside. But waiting below was another group of hunters. Suddenly, instead of fleeing, the boar charged. With a fierce roar, it rushed straight at them, knocking one hunter to the ground in a brutal surprise attack. Moments later, two other hunters spotted a herd of wild boars quietly trying to slip away through a dense trail. Without hesitation, they opened fire. The sharp cracks of their rifles echoed through the trees, dropping several boars instantly. The rest of the herd scattered in a frenzy, squealing and crashing through the underbrush in a chaotic stampede. The remaining boars fled downhill toward lower ground, where the terrain was more open and offered little cover. Seizing the opportunity, the hunting team gave chase without hesitation, their footsteps pounding through the forest. They were determined not to let a single one escape.
Evet.
team kept hunting as the sun dipped below the hills, painting the terrain in a deep, burning hue. Fatigue showed on their faces, but no one stopped. The boars had left a trail, and the hunter's instincts wouldn't let them rest. As twilight settled over the forest, the chase pressed on, silent and tense. The hunt was far from over. As the afternoon faded, the hunting team regrouped deep in the forest. They reviewed the day's results. Tired but satisfied, though some trails remained unfinished, they chose to pause and return the next day. The hunt had paused, but it wasn't over. The hunt isn't over, and the wild still holds more thrilling moments ahead. If you enjoy raw, real encounters between man and nature, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. And let us know in the comments, what do you think will happen next?